All right, good people. We are back for another episode. Play Caller Sports Talk. It is not live, but we do appreciate you tuning in. We do appreciate you supporting the show as well. It's week 2, and as y'all know, week 2, it's got its own little flavor. We got my cousin from another auntie, my guy Couch Coach. Oh, other side over here. You know what I'm saying? Representing for his Washington Commanders, who, unlike my Philadelphia Eagles, actually want to win games right now. What's up, Couch Coach?
What's going on? This is second Friday. Second week of the month. So we here.
Always been every second week. You can count
every
Couch
second
Coach
week
in his own wild brand of sports talk here on we call it Sports Talk. So, Couch Coach, we're gonna talk about college. I'm sure there's at least one thing in college football I can guess that you might want to have a minute to talk about. So we can call it the Couch Coach Minute. Couch Coach, floor is yours, sir.
What in the hell is going on in Chapel Hill, North Carolina? It is just a level of dysfunction like no other. And I just found it so funny. Because it's funny. Obviously, if you was here this time last year, there was a rumbles of Mac Brown. They was going to let go of Mac Brown. So you think to yourself, okay, they're going to go for a younger, probably a little bit more up to date when it comes to the current college game. No, they went older and Bill Belichick. And so there is some news swirling now, essentially that it's just been some chaos going on at the university down to even Mike Lombardi's situation, the faculty, the staff. One of the assistant coaches is on leave due to recruiting violations. It's just been a mess. Parents, students, everybody have been pretty much saying, even the parents of the student athletes were saying that there's a perception around where essentially the 70 guys that he brought in to UNC pretty much getting preferential treatment compared to the ones during the Mac Brown administration with his team. And then even your starting running back has retired. It's gotten that bad. And then for you to have a statement, I want to say it was the other night, maybe 2 nights ago, where he's saying that we're committed to UNC football. I'm like, what kind of statement is that? You wouldn't ask Ryan Day, is he committed to Ohio State? Would you ask James Franklin, is he committed to Penn State? Would you ask Steve Sarkisian, is he all in for Texas? It's a duh. Like that release is telling. Because why would you say something like that at this juncture in the season? Obviously, when we look at this Carolina football team, they are 2-3. Their only 2 wins were against FCS opponents. They barely beat Charlotte. I know people like, oh, that was 20-3. But if you look at that game, Charlotte was hanging in that game. And obviously, they, as far as defensively, they kind of held them from a rushing standpoint. But still, you don't lose, then you don't beat an FCS opponent by only 17 points, especially when we're talking about Charlotte. And then you beat Richmond, 41-6. So then your other 3 losses come to your level in the FBS. You lose to TCU, you lose to Central Florida, and then you got drugged against Clemson. It was so bad. Watch the game last Saturday. It was the 2-minute timeout. People are leaving. And I'm like, 15, 20,000 people ain't going to the bathroom. They going to their car because this game is over. And it's going to be a point where I guarantee you when I return here the second week of November, I definitely think Bill Belichick will no longer be the head coach at the University of North Carolina. I can book it. I think the best case scenario, he makes it next week against Cal and take that cross-country trip back to North Carolina, and they're going to let him go. It's crazy. It is getting crazy in Chapel Hill, for sure.
But as they were calling him at first, Chapel Bill. Just to add to that,
Ridiculous.
I'm here in Charlotte, so I hear all the radio stuff, and I'll be listening to it here. They're talking about players fighting, coaches not have the proper respect, parents upset. I don't see a way he comes back unless the university just doesn't care. I think the biggest, craziest part of all this is you brought this guy in thinking he was going to turn the program around when you saw that he doesn't have the ability to evaluate talent properly. They're giving guys special benefits and stuff. They may have been there's talks that they circumvented the NCAA rules and bonuses and different things they gave to some players, and they're looking into that. And if they can prove those things, they can fire him with cause, and they won't have to pay him all the money that they owe him. I'm just going to be 100% honest. I hate the Patriots. They stole the Super Bowl from the Philadelphia Eagles cheating. And I think that everybody that was a part of that team is getting what they deserved. I am happy that Bill Belichick sucks at UNC. And if he gets another job somewhere else, or if he stays there, I hope he continues to suck. I don't want anybody from that team, those cheaters, to be successful. So I feel like he's getting his just desserts, and I am here for it, and I am enjoying it. I have my popcorn and my large frozen beverage. I am enjoying seeing the downfall of 1 billion Belichick at UNC.
Terrible. It's terrible what's going on there. And like you said, this is gonna be it for him. I cannot see an NFL team essentially taking a chance on Bill again. I know people saying the rumbles like maybe go to Miami. He's not going to Miami. Like he's done. He's done. I think this is his last coaching, especially considering the fact somebody who pride themselves on distraction and has become the biggest distraction this side of the Mason-Dixon line. Like
his girlfriend,
everything, even down to even you're right. And that's where and people and this is the whole thing that kills me with all this. Like, well, that's low hanging fruit. She the one that want him to want to be CC'd in all his emails. She brought herself into this. Like, so you do this, and then this whole antics during spring practice, and then you coming down the sidelines, looking like you want some money from the concession stands. Like, this man is coaching the game. Why are you down on the field? Like, so of course you are going to have this, and then of course Bill has been he's had such a great relationship with the media, quote unquote, and it's just like it's just been a crap show, to put it that way. And it's just one of those things where you just gotta let everybody go clean this team up from, and that's another thing too. And everybody giving him the benefit of the doubt. Well, it takes 1 year. You bought 70 people into this university. These are your people. Don't get it twisted. If you're like, oh, you barely got a crumb of Mac Brown's team. You bought 70 guys with you. And people talk about some talent evaluation. And he had a nerve talking about something the other day. I got to recruit for the class 2026. You ain't gonna be here in 2026. There's no need for you to recruit. No. When he said that Saturday, I'm like, dude,
that's true.
Just hang it up. Right. Ain't no way. Right. You ain't gonna be coaching UNC. He'll probably be back doing some stuff with ESPN or whatever, or back on Inside the NFL, but he ain't coaching no more. I think you'll be a fool at any level to get Bill Belichick at this point.
Tell him how you feel, son.
Hey.
I mean, you're not incorrect, right? You're not.
Yeah.
You're not incorrect. I'm gonna just leave it there. You're not incorrect. Boy, it has been a fun week.
Extremely.
It's been an interesting week. But, I guess it's time for us to get into it. So we might as well go ahead and get into it. NCAA top 25 matchups from the previous week, upsets in major games. So we're going to start on Saturday. Some big matchups happened. I think Miami, Florida State, which game day would have been there if Florida State could have held up their end of the bargain. We would have had game day there. But they didn't do that. You know what they did instead? They said they're going to go somewhere else where there's two actual top 10 teams. And, because, Vanderbilt and Alabama, because Florida State decided they, going to lose to Virginia. So.
What a crowd. What a moment in Charlottesville 2 weeks ago. That was a moment.
It's a great moment for everybody but Miami fans because we won the game day. But the good thing is, I think that triggered something early in that game that had Miami a little more hungry than normal. And they ended up winning this game 28-22. Holding on, reminding me of my professional team as well. Just barely holding on, but not doing what needed to be done. The one thing I'll say, if you're not going to do what needs to be done to win, you're not going to win games. And Miami, going against other talent, you got to be better than a 28-22 win against Florida State because you just gave up and stopped trying to score points. You just tried to run the clock out. A couple more big plays from Florida State, and we're talking differently about this game. So you got to be better, Miami. You got to have some killer instinct. You want to add anything to that, Couch Coach?
Yeah, like you said, Miami, it's so weird because it's funny going into the season. We thought about it, going into like July. We were like, look at the schedule, like, man, Miami they'll have to lead the state of Florida to November the 1st. And you think it's a wow. And even now, we're sitting here second week of October, like, damn, they still got 3 more weeks to be in the state of Florida. And it's just one of those things where I think, and it's crazy because with Miami, when you want to crown them, they'll do something uncharacteristic and lose a game. Like, because everybody keep on saying, is the U back? I'm like, no, the U ain't going to be back until they win a national championship at this point, or at least make the college football playoff, or hell, just make it to Charlotte, make it to your backyard cool at Bank of America and represent the ACC at this point, because we've been down this road where we've had some good performance by Miami and what have you, and and obviously come November, stuff get real for them.
Agreed, sir. Yeah, it's something else. It's something else. I'm going to just leave it. There ain't too much more to really say. I'm going to just say it's something else and let it ride with that. It's something else. As we go down here, a lot of top 10 games were, pretty much what you expected. But there were 2 top 10 upsets. So, defeated UCLA. Hadn't won a game all season. Host number 7 Penn State. For the second week in a row, Penn State forgot they had a game in the fourth quarter. And guess what happened in both of those matchups? A big, fat L. And not only that, another top 10 team got beat by an unranked team, number 9 Texas, with one of the worst offensive lines in the country, goes to Gainesville, Florida, and gets beat by undefeated Florida, who has been getting spanked the last few weeks. Now, Florida had an immaculately amazing performance from Dallas. I forgot the kid's last name. I think it was his season debut. And let's just say he makes that team look a lot better. So, Couch Coach, your thoughts on those two top 10 upsets to unranked teams?
I think the shocker obviously could be Penn State because it's one of the things where you figured after the Oregon loss that they were gonna kind of rebound and kind of reverse course. But I gotta give a huge shout out to Jerry Neuheisel, the offensive coordinator. Obviously we know that's Rick Neuheisel's son, the former UCLA quarterback too. He's a prodigal son of UCLA. Poor kid didn't even know how to use a headset. He was a tight ends coach before Deshaun Foster got fired and all that. So he was a tight end coach. He got elevated to offensive coordinator. This young man didn't even know how to use a headset. Hung up 42 points on Penn State. You UCLA kids, I need you guys to bring your arse to Pasadena at the Rose Bowl. You guys missed a moment like no other that you could have told your grandkids. Only like 15 kids out of UCLA went to that game. When they stormed that field, I'm like, wow, that was embarrassing. Like it was more people guarding the perimeter of the stadium than people actually stormed that field. So UCLA kids, make that trip to Pasadena. I know it's early. I know I once, we all was once a 20-year-old, 20-something. We know how late nights and early mornings can be, but get your arse up to Pasadena and support this team. But Texas, Florida, I thought, and that was an interesting game. I definitely, and that's another classic like SEC type of matchup where it's like any given Saturday when it comes with the SEC. And I know everybody's killing Arch, and as far as that, and it's so funny how they were the number one team in the preseason. We're now in week 7. They're unranked, which is crazy. Like literally, as a young kid say, the fall from Texas need to be studied. But it's just to a point where Texas got to rebound, and the thing about it is Arch Manning is taking baby steps, and that's one thing too where there was a reason why he was on the bench for those 2 years. And I know everybody like, oh, Quinn Ewers suck. No, he didn't. I mean, Quinn Ewers got you to the college football playoff in consecutive years. You're unranked, and you may not even make the SEC championship game at this point. So you might be playing in a Poncelia Bowl the week after Christmas, the week of Christmas. Like, it could be that no New Year's Six Bowl for you, no New Year's Eve game for you. None of that.
You might be playing the Miracle Whip Bowl.
Yep, December 28th at like 1:30 on Hulu.
You're playing the Cold Stone Bowl.
right. On a random Tuesday afternoon. I'm telling you, it's going looking like that.
It's ugly, man. Arch and Archie said before the season, hey, he ain't have a lot of games on this belt. People weren't listening. They already had decided he was the darling. Now they seeing. Then when we get past those two, upsets, we kind of go flush. I thought Vanderbilt had a good chance against number 10 Alabama. I was wrong. It happens. It won't be the last time, trust me.
Yeah.
Texas Tech handled business. Georgia handled business, but then we get to another one. And I said, I do not trust Iowa State to win against a FCS team. FCS team. Mm-hmm. But I did pick them on the show I was on because I'm giving them one more chance. And guess what they did? Exactly what I expected them to do. They went to Cincinnati and lost. And you know what? I'm not even surprised. If I want Iowa State to lose, I just pick them. That's how it goes from here on.
Yeah.
You have any thoughts on that one, Couch Coach?
Yeah, and that's another team where they're another one where it's like, for some odd reason, when they're like ranked and when they're like kind of up there, they just falter, and it's uncharacteristic. Like it's always been that way. Like they will always like essentially kind of have this decline, and it's very crazy. But yeah, but kudos to Cincinnati for that win for sure.
Yeah, and Iowa State, if I remember correctly, has lost both of their starting corners for the year. And, that can get you.
Yeah.
So, it happens. If you ever want Iowa State to lose, just send me a message and tell me to pick them in a pick 'em, and they'll lose. It's just kind of how it goes. It's crazy. All right, so we're going to get to the games for this week. Friday, October 10th. You've got number 24, South Florida, traveling to North Texas. I don't know about you, Couch Coach, but I feel confident in South Florida. South Florida is a pretty good team.
Yeah. Bulls. Yeah, I definitely think, they definitely got something going there for sure.
And we're going to do reverse order from the teams that's playing this week. So we're going to start with a team that I think the only reason they're still ranked is because they lost to a top 3 team. And that's number 25, Florida State hosting Pittsburgh. An ACC game, Florida State has to win to remain possible for anything. I'm going to go Florida State, but with trepidation.
This is a classic trap game. I can see a Pat Narduzzi-led Pitt squad going into Tallahassee and getting the dub. So give me the fighting Tony Dorsett's of Pittsburgh.
And that's a 12 noon game.
Yeah.
Also, at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, number 22 Iowa State is traveling to Boulder to play the Colorado Buffaloes. So do y'all want Colorado to win? I'm going to do like Couch Coach did me. And I'm going to say I'm choosing Iowa State because I wanted to lose. Because I'm 0-2 picking Iowa State this year, so hopefully I'm 0-3.
I got to roll with Iowa State. Give me the fight, Brock Purdy's, man. I think Colorado is pretty much cooked. Their quarterback situation to me is up in the air. At this point, just put in Juju at this point.
I think you're being nice when you say up in the air. So
well, yeah. Yeah, it's an asshole. We'll put it that way. Well, it's a family show, so we don't try to.
10:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Number 21 Arizona State travels to Utah to play the Utes. Who do you have winning that game, sir?
Give me the Utes. Give me the fighting Keith Van Horns of Utah.
I'm with you.
Yeah. So
6 p.m. Eastern. No, excuse me, 8 p.m. Eastern. Number 18, BYU travels to Arizona. I'm going to go with BYU, even though they are on the road. Brigham Young has looked pretty good this year. And I'm going to go with them. Who you got, Couch Coach?
I got BYU as well. Yeah, I definitely think they'll take care of business at Arizona. Even though Arizona's having a great year, but
Absolutely. All right, 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Unranked NC State travels to Notre Dame to play the Fighting Irish. This is a game NC State team, but Notre Dame is playing for their playoff life, their playoff heart and soul. Yeah. I got to pick Notre Dame. I got to believe they're going to find a way.
I with you with that one. Give me Notre Dame. Give me the fight Jerome Bettis is for sure. Yeah, like you said, they're fighting. They're a wing and a prayer when it comes to this college football playoff. So
7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Number 15 Michigan travels to USC. So you would think to yourself, this would be easy Michigan, right? Excuse me, y'all. I'm gonna just say, simply for me, I'm gonna go Michigan, but I'm putting this on upset alert because them teams from um, California seem to be doing pretty good in matchups where they should not win. So I'm gonna put this on upset alert, but I'm gonna choose Michigan.
Man, I love this matchup. This could be a great matchup. LA Coliseum. You got the Michigan contingent coming all the way down to Southern California. I got USC in the upset. I got to fight Juju Watkins in an upset. So fight on.
All right, and 3:30 p.m. Eastern as well. We have Virginia Tech traveling to number 13 Georgia Tech in Atlanta, Georgia. Definitely going Georgia Tech. I think Georgia Tech going to handle things pretty easily and evenly.
Yeah, give me Georgia Tech. It's going to be a massacre. Yeah, I definitely think they're going to take care of business. Haynes King, I should have had him as my ACC Player of the Year, but you got to always remember, trust your gut. Trust your gut. I should have had him as my SEC Player of the Year. Trust your gut.
And then we have Arkansas traveling at 4:15. Arkansas traveling to number 12 Tennessee. Who you got in this one, Couch Coach?
Give me Tennessee. Those kids in Knoxville could be singing Rocky Top until they're hoarse. Yeah, give me the fighting Peyton Manning.
Okay. Yeah. And 7:45 p.m. Eastern. The other USC, South Carolina, traveling to number 11 LSU. You got to win that one.
Baton Rouge under the lights.
Baton Rouge.
Go Tigers. They're fighting Jay Daniels. Go Tigers.
I'm gonna use my Coach from Waterboy voice. I'm gonna go back in this game. All right, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Number 10 Georgia versus Auburn. Bloodbath, Georgia.
Yeah, give me Georgia. Yeah, give me the fight Matthew Stafford. Yeah,
it's gonna be a bloodbath
for sure. Yeah, it's gonna be. You have to pack your dinner to go to Auburn, Alabama. Regardless of who's there, even a huge free team, you pack your dinner.
It's murder. That's what that game gonna be.
Yeah, facts.
And then we got Kansas traveling to number 9 Texas Tech. I said Kansas has had a pretty good year. It's a pretty solid team, but they got enough for Texas Tech, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, Texas Tech is rolling, man. Give me the fighting Patrick Mahomes.
At 12 noon, we've got number 8 Alabama traveling to number 14 Missouri. This is interesting. This is a top 10. And Alabama, I feel like, had their couple of really big games, and you know how teams get when they have a couple of big wins. All of a sudden, they are hot garbage, doo-doo trash. And I think that's what we're going to see from Alabama. But I'm not 100% sure. I'm kind of in the middle, right? Because it could go that way, or Alabama could say, now we're back in the top 10. We got some momentum. It's time to get ourselves together and do what we need to do. I think I got to make a decision, so I'm going to go Alabama, but I'm going to also put this on upset alert. Yes. Yeah.
You know what? I do a little opposite. Give me Mizzou. Give me the fighting Kevin Porter Jr. Not Kevin Porter Jr. Lord, Michael Porter Jr. Give me the fighting Michael Porter Jr. of Mizzou. MPJ.
And we got number 6 Oklahoma at 3:30 p.m. Traveling to Texas. Texas has a big chip on their shoulder, but last time that I checked, they weren't able to go out and procure a whole new offensive line for Arch Manning. And without a new offensive line, not going to win this game, Oklahoma.
This is a great matchup. This is the matchup at the State Fair. This is where legends are made. Caleb Williams. We found the 10 fingernail painted legend that is Caleb Williams. He was discovered in this matchup, replacing Spencer Rattler. I think this is Arch's coming out party. Hook 'em horns. Okay. I think this could be an opportunity for Arch, man, to really show people, hey, I'm a good quarterback out here in these streets.
So what you saying is he's gonna be going, game. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. I'm coming.
and be the belle of the ball in the 2027 NFL draft. You know, because 2026 not gonna happen. So just ready for the coming to the to the DC. Yeah, I told him he won't gonna come. Yeah, because like you follow the track like his uncles. Yeah, they ain't lead their junior year.
Nah. All right, then we got Florida traveling to number 5 Texas A&M. I'd normally say Texas A&M. I gotta be honest. Florida is an interesting team to watch. I'm gonna say Texas A&M, but if I'm gonna be wrong in the game, this might be the one. Because Florida, you don't know.
Yeah. This probably keep Billy here past Thanksgiving. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be if he can go to Texas A&M, go to College Station and get a win like this. Yeah, he's staying. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I think A&M will take care of business. But yeah, if Billy Napier could get a win, a quality win under lights in College Station, he got another year. He'll be home. He'll be coaching for Christmas.
I feel it. All right, then we got at 12:45 Eastern. The Florida game is at 7, by the way, y'all. At 12:45 Eastern, we have Washington State traveling to Ole Miss, and hopefully Ole Miss is going to cut them a check for the way they're going to beat their ass. Ole Miss, no question.
Ole Miss for sure. Give me the fighting AJ Brown.
I could rock with that. Arthur Juan Brown.
Pissed.
Arthur Juan Brown is also pissed. 3:30 p.m. Eastern. We've got number 7 Indiana traveling to Eugene, Oregon Ducks. So you know what? Get my shoulders right. A little bass in my voice. Indiana wins this game. How about that? I'm going Indiana.
I concur. I am a long-standing president of the Craig Sinetti fan club. I love him since he was at JMU. He got stones, and he got moxie with him. And I know those kids run through a brick wall with him, and they definitely go to Eugene and lay the smack down for sure.
Yeah, I want to make sure I got the congestion out so people can hear what I was saying properly.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And then at 12 noon, number 1 Ohio State is traveling to Illinois to play number 17 Illinois. I'll tell you right now, to be the man, woo! You got to beat the man.
Thanks.
And I'm going to take a page out of Couch Coach's book. I am going to go with the Fighting Marvin Harrison Jr.'s Ohio State. I know he got somebody else, so I'm going to go that way. I know he got somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah. I really like that's where it's like it's going to be. There's levels to it. I think that's one thing about all this when you look at, as far as, because Illinois had that I kind of want to say, but I got Ohio State on the road in Champaign. Give me the fight Terry McLaurin's the Buckeyes. But
Let's
it's
go.
gonna be a hard fought win for sure. It's
Let's
gonna be a hard
go.
fight.
I know he
For
had
sure.
somebody else. I know Coach had somebody else. I was ready for that. All right, y'all. It's time to travel to the NFL. So we're gonna journey back to week 5 quickly. Just like to see if there's anything that I feel like was a major upset. And there is one that comes to mind off rip. Thursday, October 2nd. The San Francisco 49ers with their second and third string pretty much out there. Found a way in overtime to beat the Rams. Now, normally I don't skip ahead. So you mean to tell me the San Francisco 49ers, you know what? I'm not even going to make Coach have to be part of this. You mean to tell me the San Francisco 49ers can go out there with second and third string players, backup quarterback, and they can get the job done in overtime. But the Philadelphia Eagles are going to lose to the New York Giants the following Thursday. And I'm not going to take anything away from the New York Giants. They came out there and they played. My problem was with how the Philadelphia Eagles played. You looked uninterested. You looked like you gave up. And I don't know what's going on with Hurts in offense. I don't know what's going on with the defense. Nobody played well. So guess what? If you're not going to go out there and put forth your best effort, you're not going to beat teams like the Giants. Period. You dogged them last year. The Giants we've been beating on for a couple of years. So at some point, they was going to get us. We got. I'm going to say this 100% honestly, and I ain't going to talk about that game no more. The San Francisco 49ers have more heart than the Philadelphia Eagles. That's why they won and we did not. And I'm going to leave it there. I ain't going to go in no big rant. That's what it is. We need more heart. We need better players as backups, but we need more heart. Just effort ain't talent. Effort is what you got in your heart and soul, and if you can man up or not. And there's not a lot of guys I saw out there for the Philadelphia Eagles that were doing that. But back to this week, sir, because I couldn't hold it no longer. Shout out to the 49ers for getting it done. Shame on the Philadelphia Eagles for not getting it done.
Shout out to Mike McCorkle-Jones, man. Another solid performance from the pride of Duval County in Jacksonville.
Oh, whack and cheese himself.
Yes, sir. Michael McCorkle.
Now, I say this. Back in week 5, the Texans had a 44-10 win over the Ravens. I'm not really going to call it a surprise because the Ravens look like us if we didn't have a couple of breaks go our way, even though they don't have some players. And we don't have some players too, but if we lost one of those first 4 games, we probably look the same way they do in the standings and everything. Big surprise to me, though. I don't know if it's everybody else. Carolina Panthers coming back from 17 down to win 27-24 over the Miami Dolphins. I mean, I think even fans thought they were dead in the water at halftime. Yeah. They found a way to come back and actually win a game. They have what you call heart. Again, this team ain't showing that right now. But the Panthers are showing it. Want to add anything to that, sir?
I mean, yeah, but like you said, they went against Dolphins. So, but I get it. But it's a great win for the Panthers because usually in most cases in these last few years, this would have been a game where they would have got blown out. So, like you said, they showing the effort. They starting to kind of get it all together. Starting to become a team that's, at least you're starting to kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel for this team. You're starting to kind of see some growth for Bryce Young, just this whole team in itself. So, great win for sure.
Another fupa of a game. Denver Broncos upset the Philadelphia Eagles. They had their first of 2 consecutive losses in 5 days. Denver did what they were supposed to do. Philadelphia Eagles defense got worn down because the offense 3 and out, 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 3 and out. And that's how you lose games. Anything you like to add there, sir?
Shocked. Like I said, we talked about it on the NFC Beast, which you'll check out tomorrow or on Saturday night. Just shocked. I think, especially considering the fact, we talked about, it was like a basketball game where Denver struck first. You guys went on a 17-0 run, and then Denver went on an 18-0 run, and pretty much shocked because I figured you guys had them dead to rights. Because I was watching another game at the time and actually getting ready for the 4:25 tip kickoff, and I'm like, oh wow, this happened. But that's what happens, for sure.
I can't believe this, correct. Let's see other notable games. I guess we'll talk about the Titans quickly. The Titans actually finally got their first win of the season. Good for them because this Titans team, they've been trying. It's not lack of, I say, talent, more so it's just lack of knowing how to win.
Yeah.
So big ups to them for finally getting it done.
I look at this game, and I think this is going to be one of those turning points in the opposite direction for Arizona. You lose a game of this magnitude and how you lost it. I think to me it's going to have a carryover effect. Obviously you were up 21-6. You pretty much get ready to punch it in, and DeMarcado, the running back, he fumbles it inches away from the goal line, and that changes the whole trajectory of the game. And then the bum luck of Cam Ward throwing an interception, dude fumbles it, and then they recover for a touchdown. And it's just like those things where it's like you really could have put this team to bed, and you let this team come back and get this win. And yeah, JG might y'all gonna have a spot for him after January the 5th when he get let go in Arizona. Y'all got another spot for your boy?
Nah, he can. And I would be remiss.
Bring y'all boy back.
If I didn't, I could just throw these two together. The Patriots ended the other undefeated streak for the season, beating the Bills 23-20 on Sunday Night Football. And then Monday night, the Jacksonville Jaguars with a shocking defeat to go to 4-1, shocking win over the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm telling you, something about these coaches that have odd introductory press conferences succeed. We laughed at Nick Sirianni at his introductory press conference, but we're crying. Like we're at a point where we're getting a bushel of Kleenex because he's breaking all of us. He destroyed us in the NFC Championship game, and then Liam Cohen, Duval, and they rolling. They 4-1. Robert Saleh said Robert Saleh was ready to end his life, and he like, hey, I'm keeping it moving. And it's just like all of a sudden, I'm like, maybe we need to have more awkward introductory press conferences. I think that might be a sign of something sign of some early success. So more awkward the better.
Fair enough. All right, so it's time to make these picks, y'all. We're gonna get into these picks for week 6. Whew. What? I'm a little hot. It's okay. We'll get through this. Every time I look at week 6, I got to see the disgusting trash. But 9:30 a.m. London game. London. We have 3-2 Broncos versus the 0-5 Jets. Gonna go Broncos because the Jets are really bad. at winning games. We got Couch Coach.
Yeah, give me the Jets. Not the Jets. My bad. Give me the Broncos. I think they're gonna keep their East Coast streak alive.
We're gonna go, and then we move to 1 p.m. 3-2 Rams at 1-4 Ravens. We're definitely going to have the backup again for the Ravens. I think without Lamar Jackson's team, just not the same. I'm going to go Rams.
Yeah, the NFC beast quasi-legend that is Cooper Rush to have a chance in hell against this Rams defense. Give me the Rams.
Got a Vince McMahon. No chance.
No.
None. All right, also at 1 p.m. the 2-1 Cowboys at the 2-3 Panthers. So I'm actually going to go Panthers in this game. Should be an upset victory. I think the Panthers are feeling good, riding momentum. I think they've kind of understand who they are now. And they actually have one guy on their roster who really wants to shove it to Dallas. And he's not going to get to the game and start crying with the team and hugging guys and doing all that. He's going to get to the game and try his best to run through everybody, Enrico Dowdle. Oh. And I like Dowdle on this team because I like the attitude. One of the things I've always said about the Panthers is they've been nice guys, right? They haven't had the edge. Kind of like the Eagles without CJ, GJ, and certain other people like Brandon Graham. You don't have that little bit of nasty. Everybody needs a little nasty. So I think the Panthers are starting to develop that with some of the guys, and that was that missing ingredient. That's got Leggett catching balls again, just being a little nasty. You got to have that little grit, that little grime in you.
Yeah.
And the Dallas pass defense is terrible. So Panthers, I'm going Panthers.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the Panthers as well. I kind of thought to myself like, well, I want Dallas to come back home next week against us with a loss. At this point, it's not even. It don't even matter. Anywhere, anytime, everywhere. So give me the Panthers in this one for sure.
All right, then we got the 2-3 Cardinals at the 4-1 Colts. I ain't even gonna say nothing besides Colts. Indiana Jones is a real thing.
Give me the Colts as well. I've been telling y'all Daniel Jones since he was at Duke University, and y'all thought I was a dummy. Who laughing now?
I wasn't with you until this year. I was with you this year because I said what he was missing was a good defense and weapons.
Yep.
Right, like Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
I don't think he's as good as Saquon, right? But I think he's a really good back. Now he has better stats this year, but he has versatility, and he helps him, but still allows other weapons to be there. They got weapons on the outside. They got a good defensive line. They got good defense and offensive line as well. And when you have all those things, and you're a solid quarterback,
yeah,
you play better. When you're drafted high, that means the team who sucks.
Yeah. And a better coach, I think, in Shane Steichen.
A much better.
I think
I wish they'd fire him.
Yeah, all right.
Like, why would they do that, right?
Yeah.
It would be nice to have him back. All right, we got the 3-2 Seahawks at the 4-1 Jaguars. I'm actually going to go with the Jaguars to get the win because Jacksonville has actually been impressive. We talked a lot of trash about Trevor Lawrence and that offense. And, hey, sound like they heard it.
They getting it together. They're getting together slowly, and they're a fun team. Like being able to actually see them literally from kickoff to in the game. They're a football team. I used to go for the pool at the game, but now you're going for the game. And yeah, I got the Jags, man. I think they gonna improve to 5-1 for sure. Yeah.
Then we got the 3-2 Chargers at the 1-4 Dolphins. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the Dolphins gonna beat this Chargers team now. They just down. they negative vibrations and all this stuff. I'm actually going to go Dolphins to get their second win of the year in Miami.
It's got to be the charge, yeah. And this is the charge, and I feel like I gave them the kiss of death. Cool, I'll be real with you. When they started 3-0 and they were 3-0 in the AFC West, I was like, yo, they're really halfway to an AFC West title. Halfway through, after 4 weeks of football at a time. If they lose 3 straight after starting 3-0, man. I mean, it is that's what the Chargers do, but my goodness, like, crazy. But yeah, give me the Chargers. I think they're gonna bounce back.
All right, we got the 1-4 Dolphins at the 3-1 Steelers. Pittsburgh should get it done at home. Aaron is back on the shrooms, baby.
Oh no. Maybe I had something in my coffee last Sunday morning, or a little bit in my pancakes or whatever. But I was smitten by Dylan Gabriel's performance against a tough Vikings defense. Obviously, they fell short. I got the upset. I got Cleveland going across the river and going to Pittsburgh and winning.
I'm not against that. I'm not against that at all. All right, we got the 3-2 Patriots at the 1-4 Saints. The question is, does the Saints win another game, or does the Patriots find a way to win? And my thing is, if you lose to the Saints, you're probably not a very good football team, but the one team that they did beat us. So say what you want on that, but I've got the Patriots winning this game.
Yeah, I definitely think Drake may not coming back, but him expanding on his primetime performance and get it done in the Big Easy.
One to 4 Titans, 1-4 Raiders. I feel like at this point, Cam Ward is a better quarterback already than Geno Smith, because I feel like Geno Smith is pretty much checked out. He's already written back home and all that. So I'm going to go Cam Ward and the Titans with the victory over the just as lackluster Raiders. And probably we're talking about 18-point game, 18-12 game or something.
First to 14 wins. This is a toss-up. This is a toss-up. This kind of one of those matchups that you will want a cat to pick. Like, hey, wherever the cat put the ball at, that's who gonna win. But give me the Raiders. I don't think they'll take care of business at home. But yeah, I think the Raiders will take care of business.
All right, and then next, another 4 p.m. game. This is 4:25. The 41 49ers at the 4-1 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I feel like I don't have the 49ers injury report in front of me, but I feel like the 49ers are still going to be down a lot of pieces, and they were able to get a win against the Rams next week. I'll say this, if they can get Brock Purdy and some of their guys back for the game, I feel like they got a good chance to win. I'm going to work under the assumption that they're still going to be without the majority of the guys that were missing in the Rams game and go Buccaneers. But if they're close to 100%, I'm going to go ahead and go with the 49ers. So it depends on the injury report for me with that 49ers Bucs game.
Yeah, give me the front runner for the MVP and Baker, the touchdown maker. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Baker Mayfield. I like it.
Hey, legendary.
Then we got the 2-3 Bengals at the 2-1-1, the other team that has tied a game this year, Green Bay Packers. If you're playing the Bengals, there's one thing that you need to do. You need to spear constantly that 40-year-old grandpa, 40-plus-year-old grandpa that's playing quarterback. Definitely going to say the Packers are going to be able to get to Flacco behind this horrible Cincinnati line. And I'm going to go Packers to win this game.
At this point, it's just like elder abuse at this point. You obviously, Joe Flacco goes to Cincinnati. I got to practice that pass. And people's like, oh, well, he beat Green Bay with Cleveland. They had the defense. The defense is hard.
Agreed. All right, we got the 4-1 Lions at the 2-3 Chiefs. So I'm gonna go with the Lions. I hope the Lions win. I hope they're feeling good. They beat the Chiefs because we play them next week. I want them to get their win out, be happy, all that good stuff on Sunday Night Football, so that next week, hopefully, we can get some pieces into the building, Howard, and be ready for this. Going Lions.
Yeah, it's gonna be so weird. Give me for sure.
Who you picking?
Give me Detroit.
Okay. Yeah, we went out for a second there. All right, and then Monday Night Football, we got a double hitter. At the 4-1 Bills, at the 2-2 Falcons, we're going Bills. It's not play. The Bills are going to be pissed off their loss, and James Cook's going to carry them to a victory. Let's go Bills.
Yeah, man. Josh Allen in Atlanta. It's going to be pretty good. Well, I think it's going to go well for Josh Allen. Definitely after Sunday Night Football loss. So give me Buffalo, the Bills in Atlanta over at the Falcons in Atlanta.
And then to finish off week 6, I think it is.
6, yeah.
The 2-2 Bears travel to Landover, Maryland to face the 3-2 Commanders. It would be wonderful for me if everybody else in the division could lose this week besides the Giants, but I don't think that's going to happen. I see the Commanders handily winning this game, but I hope that somehow they lose because it would be nice.
Sure. Obviously, I would love it. Tuesday morning being tied for first place in the NFC East, I think it would be serendipitous at this point. But yeah, give me the pardon me, give me the Commanders, of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, there we go. Another byproduct of wetting the bed, pooping the bed. We're now allowing other teams back into the divisional race that should be ours. But you know what? There's no one to blame but the Philadelphia Eagles. There's nobody else to blame. So, another week in the books. Play Caller Sports Talk. Make sure y'all tuning in every week. As you know, it's no longer a live show. So if you're commenting, you know what I'm saying, we're not there to read them because this is pre-recorded. But interaction with each other in the chat, disagreeing with our takes, all that is always open season around here. You know, we all good. You ain't got to agree. And get used to this background because you ain't going to see no other one for a while. Get used to that.
Yes.
Straight up. Miami Hurricanes. Hey, we just need to keep winning. You know, you're off this week, but keep winning. Couch Coach, any shout outs before we get out of here?
Yeah, man. Once again, another great show. Just pretty much the run of the mill. Couch Coach Live, do it every Tuesday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Website, Couch Coach Live, and then social media, Couch Coach Live.
All right. Right there. That's where you can find me, all my stuff. And there's more coming because your boy getting ready to crank up some more stuff. More in the oven, still cooking up.
All right.
It's twisted like it's stir fry up in this joint. It's more coming. Trust me. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night, NFC Beast on Saturday nights. Eagles Elite podcast. You can also find it on Couch Coach channel and many other places. And make sure you're sharing, subbing, hitting the notification bell, and let's get them likes as well. We'll be back. I'll be back next week. JJ will be with me for the third week. Then we got base finishing out the fourth week. Appreciate everybody. Hey, I don't say this often. Carolina keep pounding all over the Cowboys.
All right. That part.